Greetings! Flag 2007 here, about to take you on a very unique adventure. Okay, probably not unique. I'm sure some others have done something like this, but this is the first time I've done something like this. I am going to take you on a cache placement, and definitely my arm is not long enough. I should have set this up on tripod. In any case, yes, a cache placement, that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to give away the location of the cache placement. It's a multi-cache. So it's a 1, 2, 3. Technically, I think it's a 3-stage multi-cache. Yes, you get to the coordinates. You find the coordinates to the next container, which would be one. That would be the second one, and at that coordinates you find the 2. So yes, it would be a 3-stage multi-cache. I might let you see sort of the location of where I'm placing it, but if you're going to find it, you got to do that yourself. So as soon as we can get started here and get on location, I will kind of explain what I've done to set this up, and when I get to where I'm putting it, I will refine it on the spot to have it ready to go when I publish it. That's the deal. Alright, more when I get there. Well, here we are at the very beginning. It's going to be somewhere like through here, and the attachments, you'll have to locate where the first coordinates are at, although someone has already put a box in one spot right there. So what I've done is laid down the coordinates for the first part that I'm going to find, and then adjust as needed whenever I get up there or close to it. Oh, this battery is going to die, but luckily I've got a backup battery. Okay, after a little averaging, surprisingly, the pre-coordinates that I shot for the second stage was only about 20 feet off. So I found a good spot to hide it, averaged out the coordinates to the new location, and now I'm going to move on to the third location for the final. Then after I get the coordinates for that, I will come back to here and write those coordinates down on the second stage. And I've got to remember these coordinates too, so that I can write them down at the beginning stage of this multi. So let me get on up the path here and figure out where I'm going to go. This is so much fun, isn't it? Oh, and yes, the creek is up, so the one that I am here to check on to make sure it is actually still in place, I will probably be doing it from the far side of the creek. So, well, because I don't think I'm going to be able to cross the creek. Hopefully, it'll be visible enough to see. I need to be looking at that, not that. I'm looking at the screen, not that. Okay. Yes, still in the woods, and surprisingly, once again, my projected coordinates for where I was going to go were on the trail. I was really pleased to see that. All I knew was from that point I could not move further up the trail because it would overlap the boundary of another cache that was in this place. So all I did was come to the side and then back a little bit. Was able to zero out the coordinates to the new location and averaged them out to where the amount of drift was negligible, and when it did drift, after a few spinning around to get your satellites all lined up and everything, it would drift back into close enough to where the cache was at, to where someone should be able to find it. Just, you know, this is a, well, basically you're in a canyon here, so your GPS is going to work very hard to maintain your position. So anytime you do this with a GPS and not a phone, you need to take your time and be very methodical. Let the GPS settle enough, grab enough satellites to get you to where you need to go. And well, that's my multi. Now that I've got my numbers for this, the end final, I need to stop back by my second stage, write down those numbers on a piece of paper that's in the container, and then go out to where all this fun starts and do the numbers out there, which will be a little out in the open and maybe somewhat hidden, but it's going to be a slightly different multi-cache to put together the numbers to get to the second stage. I got to make sure nobody else can put that together, so they can come out here and inadvertently find all my stuff and steal it. Of course, there's really not much to steal. This is a very big canister, plastic canister, so if they got to steal that, then they got problems. So now what I've got to do is get back out to the main trail and go up and check on my other one that's up here, which was one of the reasons for coming up here to, well, it was the second agenda to do, was to check on it, because it hadn't been found in a little while, and we've had some crazy weather this month, so I just want to make sure it hasn't been washed away. So this is Flag 2007 saying get out on the trail and have some fun, and this is a really nice trail to get onto. I'm hoping I can get more people to visit out here, with this multi-cache being at the beginning and my other cache being up the trail a little bit. At least that's what we're working at. Whether or not it works, I don't know. But I got no catchphrase to get out of here, so y'all have a good time out there. Happy caching. Okay, here we are at the other objective, and I checked on it from across the creek with a good powerful zoom lens, and it is still there. Yes, it is, but the cover stone was not replaced, and if the camo was placed on it like I originally had it, then the rain has washed that off, but I don't think it would have washed off the cover stone. So that means we'll be coming back up here again, so I can put another cover stone back on it and reapply the camo, because at this time it is technically sitting out in the open. Well, almost in the open. Close enough to where it's not going to be a very challenging find to locate. Okay, we got to make our way back up through the rocks and the scrabble, and there goes my wife. Wave to all the masses! Woohoo! And to jerk everybody around. So glad you come along with us on this cache placement odyssey. And well, we just had a good time picking out the trail to get here, because we're old, we forget stuff. Saw some people down below. I think they were shooting for a way to cross the creek, but if you cross down there, you can't get to my location up here very easily. So I don't know where they went. They're probably up in the woods somewhere. Alright, she's getting ahead of me now. Don't need to let her get that far ahead. She might fall into a crack. Can't have that. And surprisingly, battery's doing quite well. Remember, under the log, around it. Woohoo! I'm just glad to still be able to do this at my age, which, you know, some people say 67 is the new 50. No, it's not. Not to mention slippery rocks. Okay, I'm going to require my two hands to complete this journey, because I'll show you this one rock we got to climb down up here. It's fun. Wobbly rock.
It's down there.
It is.
Air conditioning.
The water's down there moving all the air.
There. Cold water. Whew.
Yeah, here's the fun rock. And technically, you see, we are not rock climbers. We are just basically try to get down it by the seat of your pants without breaking anything. The dogs run up and down this thing like crazy, which is kind of jealous to watch them do it. There you go. Go, boy. Look at him, four-wheel drive. There goes my honey. She picked her spots. Go, honey. Go. Look at her. She's a very calculating dog. Don't come back up here, Foster. Okay. Foster says goodbye, all you geocachers, and we'll see you on the next video.
Nope.